Oh, did something happen?
No, my wife went and got on her phone and opened up the app, and she was on the
Oh,
locks and ollie deal, and it kicked me out. I'm like,
okay.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, no, I was like, you didn't say anything wrong. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I went live a while ago and shared it with all of our followers and told our followers to go on there and share it, watch it, share it, like it, everything, get it out, get it out, get it out everywhere. Like it makes me sick.
I don't feel right about like targeting a person, but I do think that if there's clear evidence to them doing something that's so clearly immoral, then accountability needs to be had before they can move forward and like not continue to make the same mistakes that they have made over and over and
I
over.
I could tell you this that I don't think there's any targeting going on.
Yeah.
In my opinion, point blank, there's no targeting going on. But when you do not take any accountability, what I don't understand is why. Why would you push the missile button for the guy that? Okay, so let me back up. So you use this guy as your homeboy, your best friend, your missile. That's what he referred to it as, his missile that he's going to shoot at all these people to take them down because Anthony's good at what he does and has a fucking voice that everybody on this app can hear. Everybody. And when you
Yeah, he did try to weaponize his friendship with him.
yes,
Yeah.
and then turned around and texted him blatant of
Yeah.
wow, wow, it's wild shit.
I just want to show this. Can you flip your camera around for a second? The continual threats that I was getting.
Oh gosh.
Just turn it.
I don't know how to turn it. This is like I'm not. This ain't no, my normal life.
Save. This is what I was told by Sarah because I told her I was going to stick up for myself. This won't turn out well for you. And all I wanted to do was like show proof that I'm not the one who did that to this monkey because that's what they were saying that I did.
When you set that when you sat there, the problem was is when you sat there and you went live and you sit there and you point the fingers back at
Right.
the people that took the monkey. Like we took the monkey in. Like he called in the middle of the night, come get this fucking monkey. And Sarah called and we went and got him.
Like I wish I would have known because my friend would have got up out of bed in the middle of the night. We were there she was there within 5 or 6 hours, but it was the middle of the night and I wish I would have known because she would have literally got out of bed and went and got him.
No,
She got him first thing in the morning, but
rent's not due till the first, guys. I mean, for those of y'all that are talking, rent's not due till the first. I only get child support from for my monkeys on the 1st and the 15th. That's the only time their parents come over and pay us for all the monkeys. They come over and they give us a check for money, and they pay us.
But like I was saying, like I think that if there's a clear pattern and there's no accountability being taken whatsoever, deflection onto everybody else around you, and just honestly like changing the subject. Like, all money is broke. Like, who asked? Actually, who asked?
This wasn't a conversation
Did he
about.
ask?
This wasn't a conversation about all money's finances.
No, and honestly, like, I think he's probably fine. But regardless, I am
He
broke.
said on his live stream the other day. He said on his live stream the other night he made $12,000 in 2 days. Dude, if I could make $12,000 in 2 days on this app, I'd do cartwheels around my driveway, and I don't even know how to do cartwheels. You know what that would look like?
I don't know what that would look like.
A fucking shit show.
All I'm saying is like, the only thing that I've heard is denial. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, my thing is, I think that the reason that he's staying off TikTok is because for some reason I think he thinks it's gonna just go away by itself.
He hadn't stayed off TikTok. What are you talking about?
Well, he's got what, like 20 minutes every like 2 days.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's it. That's staying off TikTok.
Ask them about the Cash App and the other payments they received for Phoenix. Yes, absolutely. He sent us the payments to help take care of that monkey. I can show you. Matter of fact, Anthony's in here. Hello, Anthony. Anthony has the receipts, guys. He has the receipts. We showed him everything. I texted them to him. Said, here, bro. From my followers? Absolutely, my followers help pitch in. We have 1K. Here, let me just show y'all.
Like,
Look.
I genuinely don't think anything else matters except
Look.
for him taking
Y'all see this?
accountability.
Y'all see this? Y'all see this amazing ass enclosure right here, guys? You see this amazing ass enclosure?
Pretty cool.
We have a follower that $1,000 out of her pocket for that enclosure. For him. Look at him. Look at him. Hey, what you doing, Phoenix? Hi, buddy. Hi. He said, don't talk to me. I'm going to hide. Hey, why are you hiding?
Dude, can they imagine what the cost of intensive care and treatment would have been for that monkey that I did for
Yeah.
free?
Yeah.
That I did for free.
So, I mean, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Should we afford it?
I never knew about his history. I know people, like, I've seen people's comments on, like, how could people not know his history? I never knew. I never look at Reddit like that unless I'm, like, reading a particular creator's, like, Reddit threads just to, like, do my interviews. But I never knew all the stuff about J-Hop. The stuff.
It's not my business to go study the past about it.
I don't know. I mean, I do that for interviews only. That's the only time that but I've only been on this app a couple years and I never even paid attention.
I know he's mad. He's very mad at me right
You
now.
want a marshmallow? Here.
I know him that so mad, baby boy.
Yeah, Amber, for sure.
Okay.
Just don't try to grab him. Thank you. Thank you for that marshmallow. Oh, he didn't even
That
shoot.
tiny little head.
That's a regular size marshmallow.
It's a mini marshmallow.
Well, yeah, I mean, like not a big one, just a little marshmallow. Okay, 3 is plenty.
Hell no, 3 ain't enough.
3 is plenty.
One more. You're welcome.
So like, okay, so people, there have been comments about you guys, about All Money, about anybody that's associated with J-Hop, like Austin, and literally anyone who's associated with J-Hop, about how you guys kind of like didn't turn him in when you saw that stuff going on.
There are, but I'm going to continue to stand strong with my statement. The monkey was safe. I continually was screamed at and told, I don't know what happened. The assumption being that he was either not mentally aware or on something or whatever the case. If he would have said to me, Brady, I squeezed him and tried to unalive him, I would have been done. Whether the monkey was safe with me or not. Hey, you're okay. I know he wants one more, baby. He wants another one.
Do you need another one?
He just scratched me. He's mad. Now he's gonna think he needs. Oh no, he can't have that big one, baby.
He said, the hell I can't.
Break it in half.
Were you like in fear then that something further would have happened?
To himself, because the threats.
Yeah.
Had I came on live and said, oh my goodness, this is what happened, my inspector was well aware. 3 veterinarians were well aware. So why should I come on a social media platform? This monkey does not know where that person is, and he will never have to know or see him again. His health and well-being has no bearing on whether I would have gone live and talked about it or not. He got the treatments, he got the medication, he was on pain management.
That's so good.
All of his things and needs were taken care of. My team are the people who support us and what we do. Everything he could ever need is taken care of. After the fact of all of the initial onset, Josh did come back around because if anybody was watching, he was continually getting bashed in his live. They were continually coming into my live and saying, you're lying, you're lying, you're protecting Josh. What am I supposed to say? I don't know what happened because I started crying the moment I saw Almany's video and the text dropped. Because how many nights I've stood and watched this baby and healed him and hold him, and water therapy, reflexology, red light therapy, massage therapy, wound therapy, wondering what the fuck happened to this baby. And I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody. Lauren knew. A couple of other people knew. My monkey sitter knew. But they're not here with me. I couldn't go live and share those therapy moments with my people who supported him. Not a single one of my team is mad that I didn't tell the whole story. Yeah. He had a broken leg. We treated the broken leg. All the rest of what was going on was not anybody else's business. He was safe and he's fine, and he's still safe and he's still fine. And now I have marshmallow all over me. It is not my place to put someone in a position to self-harm. And had that happened and he had done something, then who's to blame? Oh my God, it's Brandy's fault that he did that. And now here we are, and it's still gonna be my fault if something happens.
No, I don't think so. But it is an interesting thought process to me, I think. I understand though where you're coming from, but I just for me, I just want to understand how to avoid situations like this. I want to figure out the best way to go about situations like this, because this is not unique. Unfortunately, this is not a special thing.
No, it's absolutely not. It's absolutely not. Do I love Josh and Sarah? I absolutely do. I love Mommy of the Bees, and she's bashing me continually right now. I love and miss Lauren, but I have a huge heart. And I am a very empathetic person, and that has more times been a curse than it's ever been a blessing. And for me to see, Josh and seeing Josh saying he was getting help, Josh saying that he was no longer using those items, Josh saying he was going to do right by Sarah, them deciding to reconcile, me seeing them being happy, me seeing them going on dates, me seeing them trying. These are all things that aren't being talked about. At what point do I just say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be your friend anymore because you're not whatever.
It's such a mind F too.
It is, absolutely. You're all over the board.
It's the same manipulations that are being told to the person in the relationship. I'll never hurt you again.
Yes.
Told to everyone else around him.
But clearly he hasn't changed his MO, because he just made Sarah go in the live and say he never hurt her, and Sarah and I are still texting, and the whole thing, it sucks. Sarah doesn't deserve to be a subject of this whole thing because people want to bash Josh. He has a history of that. Yes, my husband's a piece of shit. He has a history of some sort of, whatever. Is it right? No. Do we talk about it often? Do we work on it? Marriages aren't perfect, but now they're dragging everything that they can into everything because people want to make a mountain out of a molehill. That's what they want to do.
But do you think it's, I don't think it's a molehill. I think it is a mountain, but do you think that...
I'm going to let him play.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Guys, I need heart me's. Also, I'm starting a new agency. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It is funny though. The money grab stuff, like come on, dude. He could have done it anywhere else.
They can't help. They can't stop saying, like, let me ask you this. Do you have a local animal shelter where you live?
Yeah, of course.
Do they take in funding? Where do they get food for the animals? Where do they get
My animal shelter,
help and care?
my local animal shelter is like overflowing right now.
All areas are. There's hundreds of thousands of animals of all types and kinds and species, and farm animals and domestic animals, exotic animals. The wild exotic animal trade is out of this world. There are not hordes of people standing in line to provide and care. And that was never something that I jumped up and said, hey, I'm going to start taking in monkeys so I can go after a money grab. That's never been that whatsoever. When I first started my profile here with Locks and Ollie, I was sharing videos and having fun, and people started coming in. We started building a community. I had people reach out and say, hey, I want to send you something for your babies. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like, because at that point in time, I had bought them. They were my pets. We were providing everything that they needed. And I had a follower who still follows us today. And she said, hey, if someone wants to gift your baby something, it's no different than someone gifting for a baby shower or a birthday. If someone wants to send something to your baby, who are you to deny receiving that item because it's making them happy to send something for your monkey? Please create a wish list so that we can provide fun things because we enjoy watching your baby.
With that, I really
Right.
don't,
And then as we grew and we started having people say, hey, would you keep our monkey? Can you take our monkey? And, I'm not a millionaire. I wish that I was, because it would all go to animals, but there's a need and you take there's nobody else. If I could have said, hey, you know what? I'll take your baby. And I know someone over here who would provide for it. That Passover very rarely exists. So what do we do? What do we do when someone's saying, hey, help me? I know you can do better for my animal than I can right now. And I want to trust you to do that for me. Why is it such a problem that people are sending donations to support? We show every single day where the funding goes.
I wouldn't even worry. All that's just hater shit, honestly.
I know.
My thing, okay, so let me go back like 2 steps here. So the thing that you were talking about, Greg, his past,
Yes.
whatever, I think
Yes.
I need to make it clear that I think there is a difference between what Greg did and what
Yes.
J-Hop did.
I agree.
Because J-Hop
Not
has
excusing
taken-
anything,
He
but I
has
agree.
not taken accountability. He has not said, I did this and I am sorry and I need help.
He's not
Okay.
going to.
Greg said, I did this, I'm sorry, and went to therapy and
Yes.
got help. Okay.
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest difference that, like, I think all of us that's what we need to see. That's it. Like,
Right. And I had asked Josh, unfortunately, I deleted my whole entire text with Josh and Sarah. Greg was able to recover as much as we could, but there are months back where I begging Josh, please let me get an Uber and send you to the VA. Josh, please go to the VA. Josh, please go. Sarah as well, and I know other people as well, his mods, his close friends. Josh, please, let's get you some help. Let's get you some help. Josh doesn't think he needs help, and until he can acknowledge that he needs help and actually seek that help out of his own free choice, he's not going to.
Anthony's going to get him help.
I will say, just in the past couple of days, some text messages that have transpired between Sarah and I indicate that she is very happy and that they are working on things, and that people just don't understand. Whether that's factual or not, I don't know, because what Josh is showing us is denial and no acceptance and no accountability and a lot of deflection and a lot of bullying still. And that does make me sad. I know that somewhere, and people can chastise me if you want, I know that somewhere in his heart of all hearts, Josh does have the ability to be a very kind, giving person, very loving person. He's just struggling. He's been struggling for a while. And, does he have a past of certain behaviors? Absolutely. None of us are perfect. So
that's why I made the video that I made, and why I'm not like I don't want to demonize a human being, and I don't
Right.
want to I don't want to villainize any single person. I think that it's coming from like an upbringing where you didn't learn to love from the right person or way, and you somewhere along the way that you learned the wrong way to love people.
How did Greg magically recover them? Then they were altered. Where were they altered? I can literally remove the contact and show nothing was altered. Everything I said, even I could show time stamps and
I
dates.
recorded it off. I recovered it off the cloud. It was backed up on the cloud, dumbass.
Excuse you, Greg?
Do what?
I said, excuse you, Greg.
Not you. He's talking to the 00 account.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
He's talking. No, the
Brain's
zero.
like that.
The 00 account was saying that the text messages were altered. Sorry.
Okay. I
Are
was
you
gonna
are you
say,
guilty, Sarah?
huh?
Are you guilty?
I'm sorry that you don't believe me at all. How about you text me, because you probably have my number. Text me and I will unsave Josh and Sarah's contact, and I'll just do a straight up screen recording for you, or I'll FaceTime you. What are you saying? I altered an x-ray? Or the text messages where Josh says that he squeezed and tried to unalive the primate did not come from me. Those were all monies. Those were not my text messages. And I did not see them until all of you guys did just about an hour ago. Amanda, call me.
Amanda, who?
I don't know. She said I won't. I absolutely will. Actually, I'll do that for Sarah. Sarah's a totally neutral party in the whole situation. They're saying that I altered text messages, and I have sent Sarah a lot of screenshots as well.
I will say though, I do agree that I think talking about not me, Sarah, the other Sarah right now is risky and
Yes.
potentially harmful. So I don't think that should be something that takes place.
Sorry, Amanda Jean. I didn't mean you. The other Amanda, hun. I think Sarah Tonin has played a very neutral part in this whole entire thing.
I care about domestic violence.
Right, and you definitely tried to focus on that when you were talking with Greg and I the other night for the interview. I mean, a lot more has come out that wasn't really like. I know now that when Sarah sent me that text message and said, "You don't know all money, and Josh, this isn't going to turn out well for you," talking to me because she didn't want me to show the receipts that I had. Now I know what she's talking about, because I didn't even know all money. I'd never watched him prior to all of this. He's not messing around.
No, fuck around.
Sarah hasn't called me out or asked me the real questions. She asked me some pretty hard questions the other night.
Hey, look at that.
It's on your face. You were eating it.
Nope, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Look at that. Hey, Sarah, you ever seen Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treats?
They don't go in the refrigerator. Don't put it in
Why
the
would you not put them in
refrigerator.
the refrigerator?
It's going to get yucky if you put it in the fridge.
You gotta cool them off.
Yep, you just set them on the counter. We also lost 3 to 4 monkeys in their care, but they don't talk about that. We've talked about every single one of them. My first monkey that I ever had was a marmoset. He lived for 6 years. Marmosets generally don't live that long. I do believe he probably passed away from COVID. I did not send him off for a necropsy. I have had a total of 16 monkeys in my care. The second monkey that passed away in my care was Cora. She died under anesthesia. And then the third monkey that passed away in my care was Beth. We got her. Beth, we got her. She came to us very, very sick. She was with us for right at 3 weeks, and the decline in her health and her ability to intake her blood work, all of the things that she had going on. She went to the vet 4 times in a 3-week period. I was advised to humanely euthanize her because her blood work was not viable for survival. She is currently at a university having a case study, and I will get a report as soon as I can. That's it. When you're transporting a primate, you're stressing them out. When you're putting them in a new environment, you're stressing them out. There's a lot that goes into all of those things. She was out in a barn in an enclosure. She was not handled. She had never been to a vet. Everybody knows that. The moment I laid my eyes on her, we were on live. Everybody saw her. She was not well.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing that you guys don't understand about all of this is like the heartache and the things that go on behind the scenes that we do.
A rat hole?
And animals that I saw that too. Animals that we
like
try
a
to
rat
care
hole?
for and lose. It is
Oh, I ain't worried
devastating.
about it. Okay.
Okay, Morris. Have a good day, Morris.
Yeah, there's some. I'm not gonna lie. Like my mods don't really mod here, so
No, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't read hardly any of your comments the other night for that very reason.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. I get it.
This little girl is playing with those toys that are making lots of noises.
She likes them. They're so fun.
I hate them all.
Yeah, she's playing with them.
Um.
What you doing, little girl? What you doing, little girl? Get him.
Why in the world do we have noisy toys like that in our house?
To annoy you.
When did we get bratty ass kids again?
I know, right? If any of you people in here that are bashing me or saying that I'm not doing right by my animals, then you can come pick them up. By all means. Show me that you can provide them a better life than I do, and you can come pick them up. I'll hand them over. Show me what you got. Because you don't. What's wrong with my dogs?
Chubbs is a carpenter. I literally just listened to Humpty Dumpty.
You could sing it. I was actually singing it in my head while I was reading comments.
You hijacked Sarah's life.
No.
I went to hop out of a box, but I don't want them to think that I got scared and ran. So I'm just sitting here watching her on her phone and waiting for the next chapter or the next step here, because I'm not going to just like, I gotta go by, and then they're gonna be like, oh, Brandy got scared and left because we ran her off. Like, I'm not scared.
No. I think you said what you wanted to say. I mean, it was definitely shocking to read that message. Like, you came up right when I read it, and I was just like sitting here shocked.
I was gonna text it to you, but I literally went to my straight to my friends, and I was like, my heart sunk.
Well, because for you were like sitting on the receiving end of a lie
Of the
for months.
accusations. Well,
For
yeah,
months.
that too. Yes.
So you didn't know that it was like this serious until like today, right?
Well, you got to remember.
That text message is just a couple days old.
Yeah, that text message just went to him. That went to Anthony the day that we were on live showing all of the receipts. And Anthony told Josh at that point, bro, what the fuck did you do? This ain't looking good for you. You need to fucking tell me what's up. And that's when he fucking told him, exactly what you read. And
Hey, there's a lot of people in here. Don't forget to follow.
and whenever he told him that, at that point, it's like, stand on business.
But So don't you see how important it is to like actually just be honest? Like even if it's something that is really challenging for people, the truth can help you get help and change and develop and grow. Like all of these really serious things that happened may not have happened if the truth actually did come out earlier.
Right.
Like,
Right. Well, I feel like if you look at this situation from the very beginning, whatever happened to that monkey that broke his leg, because to the best of my knowledge, the initial trauma or abuse was a broken leg. Sarah was taking the primate in, Sarah was treating the monkey, Sarah was doing all the things. If maybe at that point, Josh could have said, I cannot do this anymore, and hand the baby over to anybody. And I did encourage them many times to find other people that had the same species so that they could learn from those people and see what she said. And that way she can get a community of friends that have the same type of primate that they had. They didn't do that, which is fine. A lot of people keep to themselves, rightfully so. The primate community is insanity, but so is soccer moms and yoga or whatever. Everywhere has to be drama. But to be so angry at a tiny little monkey, if you get bit by one of these little guys, it hurts. It really does. It hurts and it makes your finger bleed and you have days worth of super sore fingers. And I remember Josh even texting me, my fingers hurt so bad. And I'm like, but Josh, this monkey is fucked up. You know, being bit by anything is not fun, but you have to learn how to handle them properly and hold them so that you can treat them or care for them or bathe them or change their diapers or whatever the case may be. But they chose to not reach out for help. They probably panicked. The monkey was casted improperly. The monkey was left in an enclosure. I can't imagine. I know that they said that they took him in for red light therapy, and maybe part of this is to blame on the vet. But the way that that baby was casted was from the end of his toes to the top of his hip. They took the vet wrap. I don't know if you know what vet wrap is, but it's a really bumpy, stretchy bandaging that sticks to itself. So if you rub it, yes. It's not like KT tape. It's a sports wrap. And if you rub it like on something, it's bumpy and plasticky. They took a piece of that vet wrap and they folded it in thirds and they wrapped it around his waist like a belt. So his whole tiny little waist, 150 grams, was holding that massive cast up on his body. The way that you cast a break is you have to stabilize above the break and you have to stabilize below the break. You have to be completely stabilized. So in that instance, like a full body cast would have been what he could have used, but they didn't. They casted from the top of the thigh, which was just above the break, to the tip of the toe. And Josh did admit that he bathed him because they're smelly. If you can't diaper them, they smell. Their urine smells, their poop smells. And he bathed him, not having the knowledge, not having reached out to other people, not having asked for help. The cast slipped. So then the edge of the cast was not only pulling and weighing on the actual non-union fracture, because the bones went from this to that. So the cast was right on the edge of that break. And when that little monkey would hang upside down to put his belly on his light, his leg was flopping back like that. And the edge of the cast was on the break. While it was pulling, the vet wrap that was around his waist was growing into his body because the belt was pulling because of the cast. So not only did he have compression wounds and rub wounds all over his body, the ankle, the knee, the thigh, the inside of his knee, all the way around his waist. He had wounds everywhere that I had to do treatment on as well. I'm
So
not.
the casting issue left him with more.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He had compression wounds all over. And All Money has those videos as well. I can send those to you if you would like. For quite a while, initially I was suggested to euthanize him because nobody had ever healed something like that. And I was like, he is too vivacious. He is too energetic. He is too hungry. This baby wants to live. If now looking back,
his
knowing
appetite's what
if he
saved
was
him.
squished, that baby wanted to live. And in that text message, he says he would not die, and that's why I called. His appetite is what saved him. His appetite is out of this world. And I really think that that's what saved him. When I was doing his therapy and trying to do all the things, like amputation wasn't off the table, but he was still too small to put under anesthesia. There was no way he would have survived being put under. So the only thing we could do, and I talked to a surgeon who was a specialist, and she talked to her colleagues, and they also sent all of his rads over to a radiology specialist. The only thing I could do at that point was pain management, therapy, and focus on the inflammation, the cartilage, the muscles, all of the things that are going on inside. And if you look on the x-rays that All Money posted, you can see the amount of inflammation around the thigh area where that break is. That's all gone. Like, I literally need to just take him back to the vet. And my vet didn't even want to x-ray him anymore. He said, it doesn't matter, Brandy, he looks great. I'm not gonna gas him in x-ray, but I think I can hold him still enough and get some x-ray so we can see what it really looks like now.
So they recasted him. They did all like these treatments, or that was all you?
That was me, hun. We didn't recast him. There was no casting that leg. It was.
How did, okay, because I saw the tail. Was it the tail or the leg that was like the fracture like this?
That was his thigh.
Okay. So how did that, so it's okay now? He can like walk and everything? Like you did that on your own?
Yes. So if I took him back in right now and I did x-rays, all the inflammation is gone. So you know how big an average size grape is, right?
Yeah.
A grape. Okay. So if you could imagine an animal that weighs 150 grams, super tiny. His thigh was so angry and so inflamed from the constant rubbing and twisting and pulling from that cast and the non-union fracture. The bones got all fuzzy and angry and they have buildup all over them. But the ligaments and the tissue in his thigh had a rock hard knot the size of a grape on his hamstring. His hamstring was horrible. And I would soak him, like I was doing this 4 times a day. And then I would sit with him at night after all my other monkeys were in bed and just love on him. And because I had to do unkind things to him all day long, you know, and then at night when it was quiet, you know, because I have monkeys, like I have a lot of monkeys. I totally get that. I give everybody as much attention as I can. I would take care of monkeys or change diapers or feed monkeys and come back and do therapy and do water therapy and do massage therapy and all the things. But I know.
Would you ever forgive him?
Not at this point. No.
Not after the shit he said.
Not after he literally sat there and admitted in text message that he squeezed that monkey and tried to unalive him. After the many, many conversations that we had, and he swore to me over and over again, I don't know what happened. And there would be times, and we know how he screams, I don't know what happened, just screaming at me.
You genuinely believed him.
I did.
You would have known at that point that he did what we all know what he's doing, what he did now. You would have.
Oh, I can tell you this.
I wouldn't have done anything on social media. I would have contacted my inspector and asked her what I'm supposed to do, because all that her and the veterinarians that I took him to see, they're just shaking their head and they're like, how did this happen? And I'm like, I genuinely don't know what they did. Yeah. I do not know what they did. I cannot get an answer, but the x-rays don't lie. Something traumatic happened. You know, did a cat get a hold of him? Because I have videos of him, the cat sitting right next to the enclosure, you know, and Yeah.
I thought he never let the cats near the.
I have videos in my phone of the cat sitting next to the enclosure.
At first, we thought the cat got a hold of him, but the cat would have killed him.
I thought that that's what happened when I saw the wounds on his head and like the crusty and the dried and the slicked back. And I didn't mess. He was so, you cannot stress an animal out like that. So I would handle him, I would treat him, and I would put him back in and nice and quiet and let him rest. He needed to rest. I would feed him, and at night I would love on him and like literally leave him in the enclosure and just let him know that my hands were nice. Hands were not nice to that baby.
I think it's good to hear that if you would have known what was going on, that you would have reported it. Like, I think that you did trust him because he was your friend, and why would he lie to you? And he
Exactly. And so did All Money. Obviously, so did All Money. Like, it's in the the proof is in the text messages. It's very, very disappointing. It is very disappointing. My inspector, you know, they mass reported me because I was denying a baby monkey life-saving surgery. That is life-condemning surgery. And they mass reported me because they said I would not provide him with a surgery to save his leg. Yeah, if Lauren was here, Lauren knew it all. Why isn't she being damned to hell? Why aren't they damning her to hell? She knew.
What did she know?
She knew everything.
She was here. She knew it all, and she knew all of it.
She showed up here
the same things that you guys knew.
Yes.
Yeah, she showed up the day after we got the
She
monkey.
literally sat on live and said that there was nothing wrong with that monkey and that I did all of those things to him.
When
So
she was
make sure you read the text message so you know, Lauren, that he actually tried to unalive that monkey now that the truth is out. You're not going to see anything on his head. You can see the wound in the video that Josh had. You can see it. That monkey is so hairy.
Are they still saying that?
Yes.
Wow.
The monkey is so hairy. When I received him, it was late at night. I got up the next morning. I took him to the vet. He was so hurt. We saw all the breaks, like holding that little monkey down. He was dirty. He was greasy. He was sticky everywhere. Like, could you imagine handling that tiny little baby? And then I get him back here and I'm talking and I'm talking and I'm talking and I'm talking and I'm trying to learn all the things that I can and reach out to everyone that I can. And I was working with the surgeon and she was like, Brandy, there's nothing you can do for the bones. I only encourage you, and it is not going to cause any damage, is to work on all the ligaments, give him water therapy, do this, do that. I was doing everything that she told me to do. I was holding him gently because he was so fragile, holding him gently in a cloth. Anytime I held him, I had him in a cloth. And I put him down into the warm water and his head got wet. And when I felt the perimeter of something, my monkey sitter, the lady who picked him up from Josh's hands, have already attested to that there was something crunchy and like slicked back, like someone put gel in his hair. But until I put him down into that water and saw that it was blood, and I was like, and I called him crying. I'm like, something is wrong with his head. Something is wrong with his head, Greg. And fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. And I'm trying to feel, and I put my finger over the top of his head. And I actually have so many videos, Sarah, where once his little broken leg was free from that cast, he kept trying to flick it up that first day and scratch his little head. And I'm like, what is he doing with his little leg? And I put him in the water. And when I realized that there was something wrong with his head, and I was like, I don't know what's going on back here, I got him dried off. I blow dried him. I had him nice and wrapped up. And I was trying to look through his hair and I couldn't see. So I got my tiny little clippers that are designed not to cut skin. Yeah. And I cut the hair off, which revealed what you saw in Amani's video.
Right.
The scab came off and revealed the really big one.
So when you saw that, though, you didn't have any inclination in the back of your mind that he could have, like, physically done something.
What I honestly thought at that time was that he must have flicked him. Because I know a lot of people with small monkeys. My very first monkey, I let a friend of mine hold him who had held my monkey many times. And my marmoset jumped up and bit my friend on the ear, and he just knee-jerk reaction flicked
Right.
him down,
Yeah, like
busted his chin open. Phoenix didn't have anything on his chin, so I knew that he didn't get like flicked down. So I thought maybe he might have thrown him. When I revealed that wound, I called Josh on FaceTime and I was like, "What happened, Josh? This is not from him falling to the floor," because that's the only thing he said. Well, he would get on me and he would jump down to the floor, and I'm like, "Josh, that's why I told you to use the tether and give him a stuffy." And he kept just screaming. And when I showed him the picture of that wound, he goes, "What the F is that? Don't even show me that. I don't even want to see that." And I'm like, "Josh, what did you do?" And he just kept screaming, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." I was entirely very focused on healing this baby, working with the veterinarian. He went straight back to the vet, immediately right back to the vet, because I was like, do I really need to at this point euthanize this baby
Yeah.
because of that wound?
Yeah.
Like,
So you didn't see, or I guess maybe your focus was shifted because you were so focused on healing the monkey, but your focus was not on if his intention was to do
No.
that on purpose or not. You weren't even worried about it at that point. You were just worried about the monkey.
yeah, and all the other monkeys I have to care for.
Yeah.
Like I have people want to chastise me and make me look like a bad guy, but does anybody really see like all the hard work that I put into what I do? I know my team does. My team sees it every single day. I've never claimed to be
We all
perfect,
do.
and we learn together every single day.
I think we all see that.
I didn't delete anything and they magically came back. I did delete my whole entire conversation between Sarah and my whole entire conversation between Josh. Like, people don't understand the large percentage of animals in this world that are dealing with abuse and neglect.
Hey, y'all want me to show y'all something cool? So for all you goofballs out there in the world that or want to catch your husband or your wife playing with their boyfriend,
Stop.
if you go into your text messages on iPhone, like here's text messages on
I
iPhone.
don't know about this, Greg.
You can go right up here to edit and show recently deleted. And I'll be damned if you didn't know that you can go in there and pull up all of it.
Unfortunately, I do know that because
All of it. And guess
my
what?
phone was looked through thoroughly. So.
This one did not know that.
One of the moms in here, one of the monkeys I have, Rayanna Sanchez, I have her monkey. And now my monkeys are her monkeys. And she's going to go to bat for me every single time.
Why am I so rude all the time? Just my personality.
Oh my God.
Don't, Greg. You shouldn't worry about. I mean, I understand why you do, but they're just they're random people in comment sections that only know the bits of the story. You know?
Thank you, Rayanna.
Like, I know, like a lot of you guys, like you've been following this, but like you just, even I only know just like a small portion of the story.
Yeah.
Always remember this. There's three sides to every story. There's your side, there's my side, and then there's the fucking truth.
Greg.
The sad part is none of it would have ever hit TikTok if we hadn't have been blasted and they hadn't have said the hateful shit that they said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did the vet not see the wound when they looked the first time? Like I just said,
They were solely focused on his legs.
the leg and all the other breaks. And I will say this, and I'm not downing any veterinarian. Stop reading that. Stop reading it. There are a lot of veterinarians around this area. There are not any veterinarians that are very well schooled in the care for these tiny primates. The veterinarian that I took him to was a specialist who specializes in care for the animals and the primates at the zoo. Okay? It was just $350 to book the appointment. Just to book the appointment, I had to prepay $350. Specialist that has all this knowledge, blah, blah, blah. when I got there, they didn't even know how to hold the monkey properly because they're used to dealing with animals that are sedated. There are not a lot of veterinarians in this area that know everything that needs to be known about the tiny monkeys. They just don't. There's not a lot of veterinarians in this area that know what they need to know about my primates, my big babies. But all we can do is the best that we can do. No different than Josh and Sarah taking this monkey to the primate vet that they took him to, who didn't even know how to properly cast a broken leg. Almany has the videos of the monkey at the vet. Like, it was so hard and so stressful and all the things going on. We decided to not do anything until he literally told me, like, I don't know what to tell you to do. Amputations are heavy on the table. Euthanasia is definitely sitting there wondering what we should do with this monkey. I left and I brought him home with antibiotics and pain management. They didn't do anything else. There was no recommended treatment because he wanted me to get with specialists that knew more than he did. I was working with a specialist. She was working with me for free because we were trying to decide if this monkey could even withstand the surgery that would require to repair what was going on. And so when she told me just start working on therapy and let me work with my colleagues and let me work with the radiology specialist that can help advise even her as a specialist. So I went 2 steps above specialists in my area. I'm doing the best that I can. They're doing the best that they can. I started working on therapy. That's when I put him in the water, and that's when I found what was going on with his head. The vet was holding him. The vet could feel the crunchy on his head. Like, you don't even understand. It felt like there was gel, like gorilla gel in his hair. So until he got wet, we didn't even know what that was. There was but you can see in the video that Josh was crying with the monkey on the bed. You could see the red on the back of his head where he had obviously been bleeding. But that's okay. Call me the bad guy. I truly don't care.
If you
I
look,
don't think that there is a bad guy. I don't think that anyone's a bad guy. I think we make poor decisions.
if you looked at the,
That's fair.
if you looked at the really big, at the video of the actual big spot, it's a thumbprint. It looks just like a thumb. That makes more sense now of what it looked like or why it looked like.
I care because I need the coins. Okay.
My chat is really harsh. We don't really like block.
No, it's fun. They come into my live and do the same thing all the time.
That's
I get it.
nonstop.
There are a large percentage of people out there that are hating on this whole situation right now, and nothing I do is going to be right, and that's okay because I stand in my truth and I know what I do every single day. And the amount of sacrifice and the amount of hard work. And if it really bothers you that I battle or that I get coins or that I have subscriptions, it's not even your money that's coming. These are people who watch us every day. They love us. They support us. They have risen with us. They have fallen with us. They have laughed and they have cried. And
Hey, I
don't
got
have
a
to
line
watch.
this morning.
You don't have to watch me. You don't have to come into my live. You don't have to do a single thing. Just move along.
So
That's it.
when Almany posted the video, and because you know how he's doing like the clips where it's like,
He texted me. He said, "Hey, part 2's up. Go watch it and share it with your people."
yeah. So I reposted his part 1, and I was literally just watching this part 2 when you guys came up. I just got to the part where he showed the screenshot that you were talking about.
Yeah.
The part 1, he was talking about. J-Hop asked something along the lines of, and I don't want to like say quote unquote because I don't know, but J-Hop asked something along the lines of, well, then why did you guys keep messing with me? Why were you still friends with me?
So let me address that because that was one of the things he had.
Let me say one thing. And then Almany said, because you guys were friends or something, and because he paid you guys.
Okay. So in that interview or in that clip, he has written in big words, why was Greg trying to come hang out with me 2 weeks? So up until just a week or so ago, whatever day it was that he spent his entire day. Well, I can tell you exactly what day it was. Hang on.
My chat can also attest that many times I said, Josh, please don't do that. Josh, I don't need you to send me money for a red light therapy. Josh, don't send those big gifts. Josh, stop. You've already done so much. I have said that time and time again. And my chat that is there with me every day can attest to that. If anybody's in here, attest to that, because I have. When he sent the $1,000 for the other red light machine, I said, Josh, no, it's fine. I can use the small one. I can move it back and forth. It's not a big deal. Unplug it and move it. And he said, no, absolutely not. He deserves one. I'm going to send you $1,000 for that light. If it costs less than that, you deserve the money for all the hard work that you do for all of these monkeys. And he said that on a live, and he was live and I was live. My chat heard it and so did his.
Okay, so Monday was the day he went live and everything went out of control. That's the day that Lauren Cooper Kate decided that apparently she got a hold of one of Money's mods, sent over what she wanted to say. I seen the deal, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, up until Monday, we were still talking on her. I mean, I would shoot him text messages all the time. Hey, how's your mental health? Hey, you look like you're down, blah, 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 blah. Hey, I'm traveling. I'm out in Florida. Hey, I'm going to swing by, right? Swing by. I'll stay the night, hang out a couple days, and then I'll finish up my trip, and then we'll go, right? So when all this come out, now they want to say, oh, well, you were just trying to hang out with us. If I'm such a monster. I never said you were. To me, even though that he still did what he tried to do, I still don't think he's a monster. I think he needs help.
Yeah,
I think he needs help. It's not that he is a monster. He needs help. He needs somebody he needs to go and get the help, get whatever it is, mental help, sobriety help, whatever it is that caused him the trigger that he thinks 150-gram monkey deserved to be squeezed until it quit moving. Like, I'm sorry. I went and got help. When I had my problems, I went and got help. I went to the doctor. March 31st of last year, I tried to eat a bullet. It didn't work. I got 4 days in the hospital. I spent 4 days locked up, getting help, getting right.
I don't know why you're revisiting this.
Because it's real. It's reality.
Well, I think I understand why you're like, don't trigger yourself and everything, but Brandy, that was one of the reasons why you just mentioned why you didn't want to like reach out about Josh, because and it makes sense that your own husband went through a similar situation, and
he was mass annihilated. He did share that with our team, and people are like, oh, too bad it didn't work, too bad. Yeah, they were happy. They were happy that my husband was in a mental health hospital. Like, how ugly. People are, and these are the same people making all these terrible comments in your chat right now.
Wish other people to not be on this planet. That's like, I would not wish my worst enemy.
Exactly.
Like, that's just crazy to me.
And your wife laughed that you didn't visit in the hospital.
That's not true at all.
And even while I was in the hospital, I was still blaming my wife for my problems, and it took me 4 days. She come and got me on the fourth day because they were going to release me, and I was back where I was at. I had an appointment set up with my psychiatrist and all of that stuff. So she came and got me, and we had our conversation. We had a conversation about it, and it was very for me. It was very traumatic because I blamed her. Until then, but that was my relationship with him was, hey, how are you? Are you okay? You feel all right?
Always asking each other about.
He would ask me the same thing. Hey, how you doing? How's this? How's that? Because that's what we did. We weren't the friends and the buddies that hung out and talked together. We didn't stream together. Like, he's a streamer. He does what he does.
was the money kind of, it wasn't like a one transaction situation? Was it just because you said $1,000 for the red?
So he at this time he would.
I want to help speak on this because initially Josh sent me $1,000 to reimburse me for the first vet bill, which was like, but the first two vet bills were like $1,500. I don't know. All money has them, and I think you do too. Those first two vet bills. I was worried that we were going to have to do a $10,000 procedure to fix the leg. And they were looking at the arm and the other breaks. Of course, the two breaks in the tail and the break where the growth plate in the wrist was completely crushed. The whole growth plate in the wrist was completely crushed, non-repairable. The two breaks in the tail, non-repairable. So then we're looking at the breaks in the arm and the leg. And I'm thinking, oh my God, Greg, like, we've bitten off so much. Like, how are we going to pay a $10,000 surgery? Josh sent me $1,000. And then he was doing so well on TikTok, and he was lavishing Sarah with all these expensive gifts. He was lavishing himself with all these expensive gifts. And he was like, he sent me for 3 weeks in a row, $1,000. It helped cover the red light therapy. I sold my kitchen table to buy the first red light therapy machine. So that helped pay me back for that so that I could put money back into my stuff. Like, I don't touch their money. We save their money and do big things. If it comes to like medical or something like that, I don't touch their money. Their money is for enrichment, enclosures, things like that, which is what we earn here on TikTok or what people do. Like, I just had a lady message me right now and say, hey, Brandy, I want to send you groceries.
Yeah.
Why would I not be so thankful for that? I don't care if it's $500 or $50 or $10 or groceries for a day.
Anybody
Like, they deserve that.
Anybody gifting, which is like a donation, like people that don't understand TikTok, they're like, why do people send you donations? That's what it is. It's a donation. They're get like to whatever cause you bring, whether that's entertainment value, whether that's like, I don't know, whether that's wanting to support what you do for your animals. It doesn't really matter. Like a tip, sure, a donation, whatever it is, like that's their choice. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter. But I guess I just want to, because I feel like this started off from Josh talking to Lauren about the money aspect and saying like they are taking your money. And
Lauren said that I raised $8,000 for this monkey off of GoFundMe and that I was scamming him.
Yeah.
And that I was scamming him for money.
Yes.
2 of the times that Josh sent me money, and I can go back and see if it's in my text messages with Sarah, and he just sent it unannounced. And I would be like, Josh, don't send me that. Like, I don't need it he doesn't have any more bills right now. And he'd be like, no, I want you to have it. I'm doing good on TikTok. And he was gifting Sarah lavish gifts. He was buying himself lavish things. Like, if someone sent you $1,000 right now, are you going to send it back? Oh, call it whatever you want. Josh chose to send that money of his own free will. And again, while I was on live with him, I said, Josh, don't send it. Josh, you don't have to buy him another red light therapy. Every time he would send a universe or any of those big gifts, Josh, stop, you've done enough. Josh, stop, you've done enough. From the very moment that we met Josh when we were at an event up in Bernie, we didn't even know him, and he was sending us big gifts, because that's what people who have a lot of clout or notoriety on TikTok do. They're big level gifters. Like, everybody knows that we had $1,500 that we had worked so hard to save for the spiral slide, and Josh gifted us so much in one night. We bought the slide.
Yeah. So
I'm not getting rich over here.
You didn't question it. And like, okay, because people just keep saying hush money. Like,
That's what they call it.
why?
And a lot of that's because one of the text messages I showed, he said, "Hey, I'm going to pay for everything. Just keep this quiet, and let's keep it between me and you." Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Call it what you want to call it. Like, as long as that.
Even before he ever sent a penny, Greg, he was begging me not to say anything. begging me. And I was like, Josh, I worry more about your mental health. Like, the monkey is fine. He is fine. I am fixing him. He is fine. What is bashing? What is this solving right now? Does anybody have an answer to that? Y'all want to talk about how I'm not reporting, or I'm not doing this, or I'm taking hush? What the hell is anybody on here done but run around looking for drama?
That's real.
What has Cooper Kate done? Has she put any money in a fund to help save rescue animals? No, she went and picked up 2 kittens and she shoved them in her garage. Like, okay, what about the cats living in your garage?
Well,
Gosh, it's fixing to be hot. I hope they have air conditioning. Like, we could go on all day long. It makes no sense. What has anybody done? Anybody?
Back and forth. You know, that's,
It is. Like you said the other day, tit for tat, constant.
and it doesn't have to be like.
You know, someone told me that All Money said he's going to take $12,000 and donate it to animals in need. I hope that happens. I hope that it happens. People want to bash and talk and, oh, well, you've never been in this spot. You've never been right here in my seat. So until you're up and you're doing something and making something happen and making a difference, don't come after me.
I agree with that fully. Like, I don't think, and that's why that's the way that I wanted to talk about that in the interview, because like people don't understand what it takes for what you do. Like,
I have a real job too. I have a real job.
There are 2.5 thousand people in this live right now. And I promise you, well, I can't promise, but I could almost guarantee that not one of them is taking care of 13 monkeys right now. And like, I don't know, like they don't know what it takes. And just because
99% of them have never even been in close proximity to a primate, so they don't have a clue the sacrifice that we make every single day. Am I perfect at it? Hell no. Yeah. There's times when I'm exhausted and I say, you know what? I'm not gonna sweep the floor today. So what? I'm not gonna sweep the patio, or I'm not gonna wipe the toys down. And then I get up in the morning and I take care of it, or I pay my kid to do it.
You're doing a good job, and like we all do make mistakes, and I think it is cool that you're like openly talking about it, and like, yeah, I don't know, I think what you guys are doing is great. That's my opinion, and for 2.5 thousand people, I hope that you heard what I just said. That's how I feel about it.
At the end of the day, you know, it's
I don't know why people don't understand. If even and I'm going to Tuesday, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to call to the Parks and Wildlife, and I'm going to say, hey, if I have a primate in my possession that I am assuming abuse, because I have not been told anything at the point, if I'm assuming abuse and the primate is in my care and away from the abuser's hands, what can be done? Because until there's admittance, until there's actual proof that that person did, and now that we have the proof that he said what he did, that just came out less than 2 hours ago, what could really happen if there's no proof? What could really happen? Because
yeah, I guess that's true, because you really, I guess, I don't know what kind of vet would be able to tell that just from.
It is apparent that there was some form of abuse, but until when you're being told, I don't know what happened. If I would have went in there and said, hey, I was told that this person tried to squish this monkey till it unalived. Different, maybe. My inspector sat here and read the entire file. This is broken, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken. She said, what the hell happened to this monkey? And I said, I don't know what they did. She knows that I received the monkey in that condition. She saw every single timeline stamped thing, because I am so protective over all of my receipts, so that when I get mass reported for things and my inspector knocks on my door, which I can promise you, she's going to come knocking on my door this week, because they hate me so much, they're mass reporting. So she will come knock on my door this week. I will show her all the things and we move on.
Well, there you have it, guys. I have to go.
100 people.
I am going to dinner with my dad.
I love it.
I spend time with my family on the weekends. Okay.
Hey, you didn't plan on having 2,500 people in your live, did you?
I was just battling. I just kind of mess around on the app. I'm not. I don't take.
Hey, you know, here, real quick, I want to address one thing.
Okay.
Miss Lauren Cooper Kate is over here. You know, she's all bragging about how she started all of this.
what she should have fucking done. She should have. If it's such a big fucking deal, is why didn't she fucking report it when she first found out about it? Because she was here the day after we got the monkey. Point and blank.
But you can't say that if you didn't also report it, though. You know what I mean?
No, I can say that. You know why?
Why?
Because she's over here saying that, oh, well, they should have reported it. They should have reported it.
Exactly. It's tit for tat. You guys are.
Yeah.
It's so pointless.
Why?
This
Why?
is drama. This is what drama looks like.
That's exactly
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
all she's trying to do is fish in some more fucking followers for her to build her platform that she really didn't want to have. But obviously here we are.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I love you guys.
She's gonna go live and bash you now because that's.
Hey, bash me away. I don't give a shit.
Don't pay attention to it. It's literally nothing to you. Okay. Higher vibrations.
It don't mean fuck to me.
Think about things that you love, not things that annoy you and hurt you. Right?
Yep, I agree.
She should spend more time taking care of her bratty ass kids.
Stop, Greg. Stop, Greg.
I mean,
Okay,
she's,
well,
I will talk to you soon, ma'am. If you are on later tonight, I'm going to be doing some battles.
Okay, cool. I'll see
Okay.
you later.
Bye.
Much love. Okay.